We got CM Punk versus Shawn Spears. They did a promo all about this, about this promo from last week, and Shawn Spears and CM Punk and what happened. We get the match, and Spears tries to sneak attack. Punk reverses it. Spears reverses that. Punk reverses that. Put him in the GTS. Puts him to sleep. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk wins. Franchise. Give me your thoughts, bro.
uh, um, I don't know. I don't know, because you just had CM Punk get his ass destroyed by Wardlow, and you
Which
got
made
Shawn
sense.
Spears.
Which made sense, by the way.
That makes sense. But then you had him beat Shawn Spears, and I guess they're trying to set a new Guinness Book of World Record time.
Well, not really, because it took a few minutes. I mean, they, like I say, it was a few reversals, and then CM Punk laid them out with the GTS. I mean, it's the arrogance of Shawn Spears, but you could say it's just the cunningness of Punk. I guess.
So
if you want to.
So I guess my thing is, okay, are we seeing the implosion of the Inner Circle and what the hell is the team? The Pinnacle?
As far as Wardlow and MJF, yeah, most definitely. Shawn Spears, I don't know how that will play out yet, but most definitely MJF and Wardlow. Oh yeah, most definitely we're seeing that. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I expected this to be like maybe a 5 to 10 minute match. I didn't think it would go long, but I figured it would get something. So this was very surprising. I was very surprised when I saw the finish be that damn, that Spears was getting GTS that fast and Punk was getting the victory. I knew it was they were going to do something for at least a little bit. I didn't expect it to go long, but I expected it to do something. So yeah, that was shocking, and I kind of feel like you, like it's like I saw it happen. It's like, damn, oh that's it. Oh shit, damn, that's it. Okay, all right, I guess, but damn, like I was getting ready to watch a match, but we didn't get that. So yeah, I kind of really threw me off too. Leo says, man, he liked it and it made sense. The goal is to wrestle Max, and it's a statement towards him. And I got that part too. I totally got that. Like I got that instantly, like because as he did it and got the pin, he was looking at Max. So it's like that made sense. But still, I expected more out of this. Again, 5-10 minutes. You could have went to 5 to 7. Somewhere between that 5 to 10 minutes. You could have still did the finish, but Spears could have did a little bit to sell the beatdown Punk took from last week. Like that just enough of that. Be like, all right, you know what? I know if I can't let him continue to do this, I got to end this. And then he just looks up and bam, he hits the GTS and boom. Spears like he's about to dominate, but then Punk gets him, and Spears being arrogant, showing off to Max, not paying attention, and then like he started like pretty much like how the match started before they really fought. But you could have did something like that, and then Punk could have won. All right, cool. At least Spears got something off, and you're selling Punk taking that beat instead of him kind of looking really like just unbeatable. Like damn, like nah, bro. Like Spears is a little bit more than that. He should have done something, and yeah, that was disappointing but understandable, I guess. Says kind of wish they switched weeks. They switched weeks. First I had to squash Spears and then get killed by Warlock. That actually makes yeah. I agree with that. If he did this last week and it's like, you know what? You're gonna fight Warlow next week, and then next week we got that would have that definitely would have been better. But yeah, it was what it was, man. It was what it was, man. But eventually we're gonna get CM Punk versus MJF. Fro said also Wood ended the match with a table spot. Punk still wins by DQ. Yeah, I can see that. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all.
Leo says this is the 5 labors of Punk.
The five, man. Well, I don't know, man. FTR, they busy, but we ain't been really seeing them lately. Uh,
So who
I
wins this? So who wins in the grand scheme of things? When it comes down to CM Punk and MJF, man, who comes out on top here? Because I feel like they say they want to try to build around Punk, but then MJF is one of the pillars. So it's like if you were booking, who will go over? I know Fro says MJF better go over, but who you got going over?
it would have to be MJF. If
Okay.
Punk is going to take a loss, let it be the most cockiest, shit talking heel in the company that beats him. He's the
Okay, let me
hottest
ask you
thing.
this.
He's the hottest thing. He's the hottest thing in AEW as far as a heel. So it's like, why not beat Punk? I mean, it doesn't hurt Punk because people already feel like Punk isn't what he used to be, and we know he's not what he used to be. But
Right.
you're starting to see the glimpses of a glimmer of hope of him being, still something. So and he still has a name. So for you to say MJF is one of your pillars, when you put this match on, I mean, MJF has beaten some of the best. He's beaten Darby Allin, he's beaten Jungle Boy, he's beaten Cody, he's beaten Jericho. Why
Mm-hmm.
not beat a CM Punk? Makes sense
Okay.
to me. If you can find a way to convince me otherwise, why Punk needs to win, go ahead. But I don't see it. Everything that I said is pointing that MJF needs to win, and he needs to win in MJF kind of style type of way of winning, like plain and simple. So, uh, grand scheme of things, yeah, I can see MJF. I won't be surprised if they don't decide to do the match February 4th when they end up in Chicago.
Are they supposed to fight next week?
No, but that's coming up soon. Like
I
February
know
4th,
that's the reason I said that because I thought if they were scheduled next week, MJF would pull some bullshit or whatever, blah blah
Punk
blah.
wrestled. Punk wrestled twice in this week, so I'm pretty sure he's going to take a week. Well, he didn't wrestle this week, but he did something 2 weeks in a row. I can see them doing a
Right, right,
promo to
right.
set it up for the return to Chicago for MJF to, say he's going to beat him in his hometown. There's something like that of that nature, man, which is fine.
Damn, you know what's crazy? If
What's
if
up?
if MJF beats CM Punk in Chicago, wow,
And
dude,
that's
he's gonna
why,
get booed out of the
yeah.
fucking building.
That's
Okay,
okay.
I like it.
But
I like.
that's what he does. That's what you do. Oh, that's how you build. That's how you build somebody. So yes, CM Punk losing to MJF in Chicago, that makes
Yeah,
so much sense. So yes, go
yeah.
with it. And just make it a really, make it the main event. I don't mind it, even though because when they put the match on first, they give it its due, they give it its justice. You get to watch the match. You don't get a whole lot of commercials. You may get one or two, but you're gonna get maybe 10 to 15 minutes of just no commercials. You're gonna get a good match. Uh, but I would like to see this as the main event. This is the main event match of the night. CM Punk, MJF. Um, Now they do have a pay per view coming up. I will throw out there they could throw the swerve and have it be a DQ finish to where
Mm,
no one gets pinned, but they can try to build it up for the pay per view coming up, which is,
you know,
I mean, they could, but that's almost another
what's
month
coming up?
out.
Ain't it,
So I don't. I think
ain't
it's in March.
Revolution is
I
next
think
month.
so. That's next month. If that's next
No, no,
month,
no. I think it's either in February or March, one of the two.
I want to say, good night, baby. I want to say that I think it's like March 4th or something like that. I want to say it's early, but March 6th. Okay, so Leo correspondent for AEW, man, always on this job. So yeah, I don't know if they want to continue to push this any longer. I think if you're gonna do it now, if you're gonna do it, you do it now. If you say, well, okay, let's say MJF wins, you could do a rematch at the pay per view. which I don't think
Okay.
people would be mad about seeing. But I don't know if you want to do it. But in I feel like if you have a legit winner, you have a better way of telling the story for it leading up to the pay per view than doing a DQ finish. I mean, even
Right.
though because you kind of been saying because Punk has already been saying the same things about MJF throwing other people in his way, so to keep him from getting to him. So it's like I don't know if you want to keep doing that per se. That's just me thinking. Think what you think, but yeah. So we gonna move on, man. But it, I just want to throw those out there because
No,
potential
I mean,
that could definitely be some potential.
no, no. I mean, well, that's why I asked you because I'm like, all right, because in my head, man, I was kind of juggling back and forth. I'm like, all right, well, I can see Punk winning if it's going to be a series of matches, but if it's going to be one definite, but I didn't even think
But
about
I don't think he should win
Chicago.
the first one. I don't think he should win the first match.
Mm,
I think he should lose the first match. Yeah, Punk loses the
okay.
first match. I there's nothing there's nothing from stopping him to getting into an AEW tournament for the World Championship, and then you playing off of them fighting again, for a way
Yeah.
to qualify or to move forward. So you can always do something next. So even if there's ways to do it, but I feel like MJF should win that very first one. And if you're gonna do it, I think by now you don't drag it out to where it's like, people are just beyond anxious of waiting to see it. Give it to us in
Right.
Chicago.
Give me what
All
I
right,
want.
man. Right. Give me what we want.